In this video, I'm going to show you a new transformation. So here, given this made-up function here, this here we're going to call it f of x. Okay, when x equals 1 here, so when x equals 1 here, you see f of x is actually 0. So when x is 1 here, this f of x here equals 0, and you can see that on here. Now when x is, let's say, 3, that's here. Okay, when x is 3, then f of x is right here. So this here is our f of x, which happens to be 2. So when x is 3, f of x, when you put it in here, f of x equals 2, and you can see that here, the 2 here. Okay, and when x is, let's say, when x is negative 2, when x is negative 2 here, when you f of x would be positive 2. That's why when x equals minus 2, you put it in here, f of x is actually positive 2. Okay, when x is negative 3 here, you can see that f of x is negative 2. That's why you've got negative 2 here, and so on. Now in this video, we are going to look at f of negative x. Okay, so let's look at when x equals 1. So when you put positive 1 into this thing here, it's in effect you trying to find out f of negative 1. Okay, now well, when x is 1, our new position on this somewhere on this vertical line must be when x is negative 1. Well, so a new point will be f of negative 1. So it's really f of negative 1 is here, f here. So really, what's happening is this point here gets moved to here. Okay, so when you put 1 into this negative x here, when you put 1 into this thing here, it's you getting f of negative 1 of the old function. That's why what goes on this vertical line here is f of negative 1. Okay, you see what I mean later on. Let's look at f of 2 now. Let's look at when x equals 2. When you put this 2 into here, when you put this 2 into f of negative x, when you put this 2 into here, it's really you trying to work out f of negative 2. Now, when x is 2, you are actually stealing the point from f of negative 2. So negative f of negative 2 is here, f of negative 2 is here. So what goes on when x equals 2 here is actually this point being moved to over here. So earlier this point gets moved to here, and now this point gets moved to here. Okay. Now let's look at 3. When you put 3 into this thing here, it's really you trying to find out f of negative 3. Now when x equals 3, so when x equals 3, it must lie somewhere on this vertical line here. But then when you put 3 into this, when you put 3 into this negative x function here, then you are really stealing the point f of negative 3. Now f of negative 3 is here, f is here. So this point here gets moved over to here. Okay, so what's really happening is if you look at this here, this point gets moved to here, this point gets moved to here. So really it's a reflection or along the y-axis here. It's a reflection. You see this point here, look at this, 1, 2, 3 away, 1, 2, 3 away. So this point gets moved over to here. Okay, now let's look on the negative side. Okay, on the negative side, let's look at when x equals negative 2. Now we are looking at f of minus x here. When you put negative 2 into this thing here, it becomes a positive. So it's you stealing the point f of 2. Now when x equals, so if you look at the graph here, f of 2 is here, f of 2 is right here. You see f of 2 gets moved to here. And again you can see it's a reflection. Look, from the y-axis is 1, 2. Look, 1, 2. So this point gets moved to over here. And then obviously that means this point here, really, this point here will get moved to over here, and anything over on this side here will get moved to over here. So it's really a reflection. So look at this here. It's really, this is what's happening. Hang on. Not this one. This one here. You see this here, what's happening is this function here will get flipped. So it becomes this. Okay? So if you look at this here, imagine so this is, hang on, this here, hang on, not this. This here is our original function. Our new function, f of x here, this is our f of minus x here. Okay? f of minus x here looks like this. Oops. Looks like this here. Okay? So if you look at this here, this is our original function. This is the original function. And the purple one, the purple line here is f of negative x here. And then imagine you placing a mirror right along the y-axis here. So look at this point here. This here gets moved to over here. Okay, and then this point here gets moved to over here. And then if you look at this point here, remember there's a mirror here. It gets moved to over here. And then I don't know, this point here gets moved. This point here gets moved to over here. So it's from the black line to the purple line. So this one here gets moved to here. This one here gets moved to here, and this one here gets moved to over here. And then so on, because what's happening is it's a reflection. So when you have any function f of this here, and then if you want to draw this function here, f of negative x, it's really a reflection along the y-axis. Okay.